Are we on? Hello, everybody. Welcome to class. Thank you for joining me. Please make sure you have your notebook, all right? And please make sure you have your student workbook, level 6.5 to 7.5. Right now, I would like you to type in the comment box, say hello to me. I want to see who's here. Of course, Din. And who else? Hello, Din. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Min Kue. And Min Kue, I got your essay and I saw you responded to it. That's wonderful. I want to take the moment to remind everybody that on Friday, your homework will be due. And your homework is going to be about speaking part 3. The topic we talked about on Monday. We'll talk about it today. You can make some notes. And I want you to finish your homework by Friday, okay? Zaming. Okay, Zaming, hello again. And Big Ni. Big Ni. Now, Big Ni, were you here on Wednesday? Because I heard that someone else was using your account. Is she right? Was she here on Wednesday? I mean, was she here on Monday? Was she, Big Ni, were you here on Monday? Being who? Oh, Hung. Okay, hello, Hung. Good. All right, so what I'd like to remind you first is I have my list of top contributors. On Monday, and this is no joke, I only heard from 6 people. But now, Ms. Gwynn, what I want to tell you is, when they reply, don't tell me just the first person, maybe the first 3 people. Okay, because I want everyone, I think more people are writing, but I'm not giving them full credit. All right, so let's start with something simple. Real simple. I want to ask you, what did you eat for lunch today? All right, go ahead and write in the comments. I want to know what you had. Anybody right? Okay, Kue had some tofu, okay. Is that Zaming? No, Zaming. Was that a fish soup or was that like a soup like pho or bumba hui? What kind of soup? Okay, rice and fish for Hung, very good. Zaming, I want you to tell me, what kind of soup did you have? Kwang. Is it Nyat Kwang? Okay. Okay. Nyat Kwang, congratulations, you're on my list. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Potato. Did you have carrots with it? I love potatoes with carrots. Did you have carrots? Okay, good. Very good. And how about Big Knee? Did she have carrots with her potatoes? What? Carrots are so delicious, so sweet, and so nice. Hate carrots. Now, I want to ask out there, does anybody else agree with Big Knee? Do you hate carrots? Write in the comments, do you hate carrots? Does anybody hate carrots? Din, you hate carrots? They're so okay. All right, whatever. You hate carrots. I like carrots. It's all good. All right. For this next part, you can look at your notes. I will say a definition, and you say the word. Please write in the comments. So if I say, what is a word from the text that means an important question? Please write. Did anybody write? Right. Did anybody else answer too? Okay. So I will give credit for both Zha Ming and Kui. Good. What word from the text meant very difficult? Very difficult. Anybody? Yes, who wrote that? Okay, very good. Good. Okay. All right, next. Which word means the opposite of what we know? The opposite of what we know. Yes, contrary to evidence. Who wrote that? So that's Din and who? Phương and Kui. All right, good. So yes, contrary to evidence. How about dangerously cold? We talked about two types of cold, and this cold means dangerously cold. Yeah, but as the adverb, viciously. Okay. Okay, good. Which word means that it's empty and there are no people there? It's empty and there's no people there. At night, the streets have no people and they're empty. The streets are desolate. Kui, and Din. How many students are in the class right now? 17 watching, and I have 3 dominating. Now, guys, I want you to give a try. This is not a TV show. This is a chance for us to practice and interact. You know how I am. I want you to do the talking. I want you to do the thinking. I want to write on the blackboard your ideas and what you say. Now, I want you to have your notebook open. Not your notebook, your workbook. This workbook 6.5 to 7.5. Please open your book, page 48, 49. Now, I'm going to say a word. I want you to look in the book and find the word. And then write, what is the next word? So if you look in your book and you see, and I say terraform, in the book, what comes after terraform? And it's going to be so I, the teacher, I will say terraform. And you, the student, you will write may sound like. I want you to find the word and write the next word. Manned mission. Look in your book and find manned mission. And what's the next word? Please write. Who wrote that? Okay. Anyone else? Just Quay? Okay. Very good, Quay. Yes, we are talking about a manned mission to Mars. Good. Nice and fast. Let's find another one. Rotation rate. Rotation rate. Can anyone find rotation rate? Yes, very good. Who wrote that? Again, Quay. Can you write to the class, Gwen? Can you write to them and tell more of the students to answer? No sleeping. All right, next one. Let's see. Mimicking. It's a hard one. Not hard if you read the story last night. Mimicking. Yes, who wrote that? We? Is this one of my students? Zui. Okay, Zui, welcome. You've been very quiet before. Now you're here. Great. And congratulations, you got on the board. Let's do one more. Let's see. Viciously cold. Yes, good. Okay, good. All right. So, I believe that last semester we finished this exercise. Can you please look in your book and please write, tell me yes or no. Did we answer these questions already? The questions on exercise 3, yes, no, not given. Did we complete this last semester? Okay, good. Because answering the questions is what we do for a practice test exercise. But what I want to do is more vocabulary. And if you took good notes, you'll already have this, but I want to collect these ideas. If we look at number 1, and I say, oops, can you help me? If we look at number 1, the key word is, pictures on Mars suggest it might make a good place. Which word in here means might make a good place? Which word means might make a good place? Okay? No, not terraform, not exactly that. Let's see. Let me give you a hint. Here, we're not going to have the same, it's going to be the opposite. Because remember, for this, the answer is no. So the opposite of this, what's going to be the opposite? The answer is going to be appears to be unsuitable. Why? Because the word might, which equals to maybe. Could mean appears to be. It looks like, maybe. Okay? And then a good place would be suitable. So, a good place is a suitable place. Next, if I look at number 2, modern Mars and ancient Earth looked remarkably similar. What's another word here that means looked? Looked remarkably similar. Well, this one's not given, so let's move on. One method of terraforming could involve adapting technology that is already underdeveloped. How about already underdeveloped? What for number 2? and looked. And who said that? Wang. Okay. And number 3 is already under development. Where is the answer for number 3 when we talk about already under development? Is already under development. Ah, 3 terraforming methods have been suggested with the first one already under development. Okay, yeah, so we see the exact word here. They're not giving us a synonym. And how about number 4? Greenhouse gas factories would provide enough oxygen for people to breathe without special equipment. What is another word for special equipment? What if I told you it's on the second page right around here? Look for the word special. Yes, special apparatus. And who wrote that? I mean, who said that? When? All right. So what have we done here? We've previewed, we've gone over the story. We've read it. We looked at some of the key vocabulary. We looked at some of the vocabulary and the synonyms. We can continue this, talking about these different sections too. But I believe we did this last semester. So the purpose we have today is not to answer the questions. The purpose today is use the vocabulary to talk about this. All right? And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make some notes. I would like you to do a little writing because I want you to transfer that writing into Google Classroom and give that to me on Friday. I'll be very happy if you do it tonight or tomorrow so I have more time to grade. All right? So, first of all, please write and tell me, what is the difference between speaking part 2 and speaking part 3? Go ahead and write. Tell me, what's the difference between speaking part 2 and speaking part 3? Not social distance. Maybe social issue. Not social distance. Who wrote that? Okay, Din, good. All right. Now, what is another difference? When I'm talking about the difference, I'm talking about the difference in language. What kind of language for part 2 and what kind of language for part 3? Any ideas? Not yet. Let me remind you. For example, in part 2, I might say, I think. But in speaking part 3, I would say, people think. In part 2, I would say something like, one time I went to Hanoi. One time I did this. I'm talking about my personal experience. But in part 3, exactly, good. So for example, in part 2, I would say, one time I blah, blah, blah. In part 3, be oftentimes blah, blah, blah. Who said that? Yui. Zui. When you say Yui, I don't know what you're saying. But Zui, yes, Zui. Very good, that's it. All right, so we're going to look at different examples of that, of course. That's what we want to use. And so when you answer part 3, what's the big thing I want you to think about? That's what I'm going to say. Because you know me. I've said this again and again and again. And it's in your notebook. And I want you to remember. So how do I want you to answer the question? Anybody? I got a funny answer? Boys and girls, I'm going to write 3 letters on the blackboard. What 3 letters am I going to write on the blackboard? No, boo. Who said that? Quang. Quang, you lose a point. Boo. No, just joking. Okay, I'll give you an answer because you participate. I should give points for participation. I should be a nice teacher. I know. I should be nice, but no, that's not right. 3 letters. Wait, geez, he said 20 seconds? 20 seconds, that's speaking part 1, Quang. No, we're on speaking part 3. What are the 3 letters? I'm going to write on the blackboard. Nobody? Nobody? Oh my God, that's for writing. And yes, maybe when I'm composing my answer, I'm thinking main, sentence, support, and support. Who said that? Okay, Quang, good, and who? Yeah. Kue? Ming Kue? Oh, Kue, Ming Kue, okay. No, we're not doing the main, support. We're thinking even bigger, and this is, what I'm telling you is, this is the key difference of speaking part 3. Are you ready? Oh my God, I tell them so many times. Okay, don't be angry, David. It's okay. Students forget. I know you forget. But I want you to write this in your notebook. And I want you to remember, okay? In fact, I'm going to do this in red pen. Okay. Ready? Now, Miss Gwen, they're going to write, oh, I remember. What does POV mean? Write down. Who can write and tell me? What is POV? Who wrote that? Hung. Okay, Hung. Thank you. And my God, we talked about this on Monday also. Don't be angry, David. Just review. Help the students remember. They're very busy with many things. I get it. But what I'm telling you is this is the key for speaking part 3. Now, with this example, some people think colonizing Mars is important. How much do you agree with this opinion? In your answer, 3 points of view is a good number of points of view. Give me an example of a good point of view we want to talk about here. Anybody right? Where is Ang Te? Ang Te, are you here? Are you sitting there talking to Ha, or are you actually listening to me? And where's Koi? Okay, who said that? Hung. Where's Koi? And Ming Guan? And where's Ang Te? And where's Tuet Nhi? There's some people missing. And where is who else? Many or who? Okay, so who said scientists? Okay, Hung, good. We're going to add this here. We have scientists. And what's another point of view? One, I'm curious to know, what do scientists think about this? And who else? What's another point of view we can add? With the big... What? What do you mean about the topic? And Tuet Nhi. Okay. So we care what Tuet Nhi says about the topic? Okay, yeah. Now, is Tuet Nhi even in the class right now? Tuet Nhi, say hello. I don't even know if you're here. But no, we don't want to know about Tuet Nhi things. But in this context, what is Tuet Nhi? She's a student. So the question for a student like Tuet Nhi is really, is this something she wants to study in her career? Right? Because we need, not only do we want to know what scientists think, but we want to know what future scientists think. Right? Or young people. Do young people want to become doctors? Do young people want to become businessmen and businesswomen? Or do young people want to become scientists who will study the physics and maybe the chemistry that is important for this to be a reality in the future? And when we talk about students, we can give an example like Tuet Nhi. Is Tuet Nhi even here? Did she say hello yet? Nhi, where are you? You got to say hello to your teacher. I'm talking to a camera here. We're all talking about you in class, and maybe you're not even here. And then with scientists, when I give an example, we're talking about that MSS structure, right? Those are another 3 letters I like. We can give an example of someone like Elon Musk, because we know he is working on this space program to Mars. So he's an example. What's the third example? What's the third point of view we want to consider? Sure. Okay, we could include journalists. Who said grandchildren? Okay, Hung, very good. And who said journalists? Zaming, good. And who said old people? Huang. Nyuk Huang? Okay. That's right. We can talk about many different points of view. But the beautiful thing here, okay? While many times you're scared of this exam being 4 to 5 minutes, having to talk about an issue, if I pick 3, any 3, that's enough. Okay? So we have 6 minutes now. That's it. That's all I got for you. But what I want to do in the next 5 minutes, I want to give you an example. Okay? I want to show you. So let's see. I'm going to delete all of this. I hope you have this. Please say you guys wrote this down. Can I ask you, did they write this down in the notebooks? Did you guys write this down in your notebooks? Yes or no? Please quickly write for me, yes or no. Okay, I'm going to leave it. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Maybe my attention over here. So real basic. Keep it real simple. And I might say, so you see what I did here? Just this first part here. Just with this first point of view. I'm using some people, some general language, very simple. I am using, oh, here's another. I'm not talking about a specific person. I'm not talking about myself, but most scientists. And then I'm using some of the vocabulary, right? The key words from the reading that we did. That's what I want to see you do. I'm going to say, not only that, but we'll need to invent some special apparatus to be able to live there. And I'd say, let's see. So I'm using some of this. People like Elon Musk say this type of equipment is already So you see what I did here? I give you my main sentence using some keywords. And then, first of all, it's bitterly cold and desolate. Not only that, but engineers, see, I'm using a synonym here for scientists, or using a specific type of scientist. They'll need to invent some special apparatus. I use the keyword here to be able to live there. People like Elon Musk say this type of equipment is already under development. So I hope the vocabulary that we studied will help you talk about the different points of view. Now, what will I do? First, I'll talk about the scientist's point of view. Then I'll talk about students' point of view. And then I'll talk about the grandchildren's, what I imagine their point of view will be. All right? What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write something just like this. Are there any questions? I think we're good. That's it. Good timing. Good times and good timing. All right. So what I want to say is, I believe you can do this. I want you to play with the vocabulary. I want you to construct different sentences. I want you to use not the language about you, but the generalizing language. And if you are my student out there, and you do have your notes, you will find in your notes a big section on distancing and generalizing language that we talked about and studied. So use those notes. And please write. Give me something interesting to read. How about that? Okay? Don't forget, there's also another point of view. The aliens on Mars. Maybe they don't want us to come colonize. Maybe they're cool the way they are, right? Any case, share your ideas. And please write. Are there any questions? Anyone have a question? I want to say thank you very much for all the students who contributed. So much contributing. We'll continue on Friday, okay? Any questions? All right, so thank you all very much. Bye-bye.